this is getting ridiculous, guys. This is honestly getting ridiculous. Doc Rivers is making the Sixers unwatchable, predictable offense, not changing anything up, making stupid rotations. It is all predictable, guys. It is all predictable. I really cannot stress this out enough. How many times do we have to say, put Joel Embiid in the post, put Joel Embiid in the post, put Joel Embiid in the post, put Joel Embiid in the post? And what does Doc do? Doc has him at the top of the key, setting up the offense. Are you kidding me? We're missing James Harden. I get that. It is not basketball. The players here, they don't even want to play for Doc Rivers anymore. You can just tell the lack of firepower, the lack of intensity. They just don't want to play. They're just moving around. They're doing whatever they have to do, and then they just give up. The Sixers just give up with Doc Rivers as the head coach. And look at the Atlanta Hawks offense, right? You have screens, pick and rolls, set plays, lob after lob after lob. And you have this team does not contest shots. That's a lack of effort. You have Joel Embiid just standing there, and you have Trae Young go like, whoop, whoop, floater after floater after floater. It is getting ridiculous, guys. It is getting ridiculous. First half was so abysmal, even on both sides. No one could make a shot. No one could make a stop. It was so bad of an offensive game in the first half for both sides. We got lucky. The Sixers honestly got lucky when the Hawks were missing shots. I believe they were shooting 30% from the field, around 20% from three. I mean, it was getting so bad for the both sides on offense. It was just getting ridiculous. Third quarter hits. Joel Embiid fouls. He gets his fourth foul. You take him out of the game, right? You put Georgian Yang in, and of course, Georgian Yang is not a center, guys. He is not a center. You only play Montrezl Harrell for 3 minutes. Sure, he can't defend in the paint. He can rebound. He has intensity. He has firepower. And then you have Georgian Yang trying to guard Clint Capella, who Niang cannot defense worth a shit. They can't do anything. This roster construction, after thinking about it, after seeing a couple games, we're missing a backup point guard. We're missing a backup center. I know we have Montrezl Harrell. Paul Reed's not getting the time of day. We did have a center, though, and that was Charles Bassey to a point. I was not entirely big on Charles Bassey, but if you give Bassey the time of day, he would show up. Look what he did against the Denver Nuggets last year. He had 5 blocks on Jokic. 5 blocks on Jokic. And you know who coached that game? Not Doc Rivers. He was out. He wasn't even coaching. Dan Burke. Dan Burke put Charles Bassey to guard Nikola Jokic. What does that tell you right there? What does that freaking tell you? And then in the fourth quarter, they give up, right? Doc Rivers just throws in the towel. He puts the deep bench in. I'm talking about Montrezl Harrell, Furkan Korkmaz, Shake Milton, Matisse Thybulle. This bench shows firepower led by Montrezl Harrell. They show firepower, they show grit, they show Philly toughness, and they were down by 8 with a minute and 30 left. Doc Rivers brings in the starters. Why do you bring the starters when the starters were not doing anything for 3.5 quarters? I don't understand. You got to teach them a lesson. Basketball is all about runs. It's all about runs. Who's hot? Who's not? Who's making buckets? Who is not? Who's causing turnovers? You got to look at the floor and just see what's working and what's not. It may not have to be your game plan. That is when you make adjustments on the fly. You don't see Doc Rivers doing this at all. You just don't. It is ridiculous at this point. You put the starters back in with the minute and 30, then we lose by 9. I mean, come on. We were not going to win the game with the bench out there, but they earned their right to finish their game out. They earned their right to finish the game, and it's just unwatchable at this point, guys. It is unwatchable. Having to fight for every bucket, having not to contest defense, Doc Rivers doing the same old shit. I can't take this anymore. We need James Harden back now more than ever. Maxey can't shoot. Maxey's having shooting struggles, shooting slumps. And when did that start? When James Harden got injured. When James Harden got injured, Maxey is not shooting well. He's just not playing as well. Maxey's a 2 guard. He's not a point guard. James Harden is the only point guard on our team. It is getting ridiculous, guys. It really is. Just let me know what you guys think about Doc Rivers and the Sixers team right now. And what changes Daryl Morey needs to make. What changes? Let me know in the comment section below, alright? And while you're down there, hit that subscribe, hit that like button, and share it out. Hit that notification bell. Alright? Fire Doc Rivers. MK out.